Sergeant Maria Valdez was in the armory cleaning her personal .338 Lapua Magnum when General Collins walked in for routine inspection. The rifle was her own, a weapon she'd carried through missions that didn't officially exist. "That's quite a rifle, Sergeant," the general observed, noting the custom modifications in pristine condition. "Thank you, sir. She's been with me for 3 years," Maria replied, continuing her meticulous maintenance. General Collins, curious about why a sergeant would own such an expensive precision weapon, decided to review her personnel file on his tablet. The classified records that appeared on screen made him freeze completely. Mission after mission of impossible shots in theaters of war that were officially denied. The morning sun cast long shadows across Fort Bragg's Special Operations Training Facility as Sergeant Maria Valdez made her way to the secure armory. For 6 months she had followed the same routine: arrive at 0530 hours, unlock her personal weapons locker, and spend an hour performing maintenance on the rifle that had defined her military career. Her .338 Lapua Magnum wasn't just a weapon. It was a precision instrument that had been hand-built to her exact specifications. Every component had been selected and modified through years of operational experience that existed only in classified files buried so deep that most general officers had never seen them. Maria's official assignment was administrative specialist with the 75th Ranger Regiment's headquarters company. On paper, she managed supply requisitions and personnel transfers. In reality, she was being warehoused, kept close to operational units while her psychological fitness was evaluated after 18 months of consecutive deployments that had pushed her beyond normal human limits. The armory was empty at this early hour, which suited Maria perfectly. The solitude allowed her to focus on the ritual that kept her centered, while her official duties provided no outlet for the skills that had taken a decade to develop. She opened her locker and carefully removed the rifle case, setting it on the maintenance bench with reverence that bordered on religious devotion. The case itself was custom-built, lined with foam cut to accommodate not just the weapon, but every tool needed to maintain it in perfect condition. Maria began her inspection routine, checking each component with the methodical precision that had made her one of the military's most lethal assets. The custom barrel, precision machined by a craftsman who worked exclusively for special operations units. The stock, modified to fit her exact physical dimensions and shooting style. The trigger system, adjusted to break at precisely 1.8 pounds of pressure with no travel or overrun. Most impressive was the optics package, a Schmidt and Bender scope that cost more than most civilian cars, coupled with a ranging system that could calculate ballistic solutions for targets beyond the effective range of conventional sniper rifles. As Maria cleaned the bolt face with a specialized brush, she reflected on the missions that had created the intimate bond between herself and this weapon. Each mission had added to her reputation within the classified community, a reputation that existed only in files that required general officer clearance to access. "Good morning, Sergeant." Maria looked up to see General David Collins entering the armory with the purposeful stride of a career officer beginning his daily inspection routine. At 54, Collins commanded the Special Operations Training Facility and had oversight of personnel assignments for some of the military's most classified programs. "Good morning, sir," Maria replied, setting down her cleaning rod but continuing to work on her rifle. Collins's attention was immediately drawn to the weapons spread across the maintenance bench. Even partially disassembled, it was clearly not standard military equipment. The custom modifications and precision machining spoke of capabilities far beyond what conventional infantry units required. "That's quite a rifle, Sergeant," Collins observed, moving closer to examine the components. "I don't see many .338 Lapua Magnums outside of specialized sniper units." "Thank you, sir. She's been with me for 3 years," Maria replied, reassembling the bolt with practiced efficiency. Collins noted the possessive way Maria referred to her weapon, not as government property or assigned equipment, but as a personal tool that belonged specifically to her. The modifications were extensive and expensive, representing an investment that exceeded what most enlisted personnel could afford. Must have been quite a purchase for a sergeant's salary, Collins commented, not accusingly, but with genuine curiosity about how an administrative specialist had acquired such sophisticated equipment. Worth every penny, sir. When accuracy means the difference between mission success and failure, you don't compromise on equipment. The response struck Collins as unusual for someone whose official duties involved managing paperwork. Administrative personnel didn't typically speak about mission-critical accuracy with such matter-of-fact certainty. Collins watched as Maria completed the rifle's reassembly with fluid precision that spoke of countless hours of practice. Her movements were economical and automatic, muscle memory guiding the complex process of transforming scattered components back into a precision instrument capable of placing bullets accurately at distances exceeding a mile. You handle that weapon like you've had extensive training with it, Collins observed. Some specialized training, sir. Advanced marksmanship course during my initial assignment with the Rangers. Collins knew that advanced marksmanship training, while comprehensive, didn't typically result in the level of familiarity Maria demonstrated with her personal weapon. The modifications alone suggested experience that came from operational use rather than classroom instruction. Sergeant Valdez, what was your previous assignment before joining Headquarters Company? Various postings with Ranger units, sir. Different locations, different operational requirements. Collins made a mental note to review Maria's complete personnel file. Her vague responses suggested a career trajectory that wasn't reflected in routine administrative records. Well, that's clearly a well-maintained weapon system. Carry on with your maintenance, Sergeant. Thank you, sir. Collins continued his inspection tour, but his encounter with Maria had raised questions that demanded answers. Something about her didn't align with her current administrative role. The expensive personal weapon, the expert handling, the casual references to mission-critical accuracy, all suggested operational experience that transcended routine military service. Returning to his office, Collins activated his secure computer terminal and accessed the personnel database that contained classified assignment records. He pulled up Maria Valdez's complete service jacket, expecting to find conventional career progression within Ranger units. What appeared on his screen made him go completely still. The file that loaded required general officer clearance and contained warnings about information sensitivity that Collins rarely encountered outside of strategic intelligence briefings. Classified, compartmentalized access. Required Sergeant Maria Valdez, Operational Record Summary. Special Operations Support Activity, Direct Action Division, Military Occupational Specialty, 18Z, Special Forces Operations, Sergeant Secondary. Specialty, Designated Marksman, Precision Elimination Deployment, History, Operation Midnight Thunder, Classified, 14 months, Operation Desert, Viper, Classified, 16 months, Operation Arctic Wolf, Classified, 12 months, Operation Sandstorm, Classified, 8 months. Operational Statistics, Confirmed Eliminations, 89 Maximum Engagement Range, 3,247 meters Mission Success Rate, 100% Collateral Damage Incidents, 0. Collins stared at the screen, reading and rereading statistics that fundamentally changed his understanding of the sergeant he'd just encountered. 89 confirmed eliminations. Maximum engagement range of over 3 kilometers, perfect mission success rate across deployments that spanned multiple continents and theaters of operation. Current status, administrative hold, psychological evaluation assigned to 75th Ranger Regiment Headquarters Company clearance level, top secret CI, compartmentalized access, evaluation, status, ongoing. Combat stress assessment, psychological evaluation. Summary, subject, exhibit symptoms consistent with prolonged exposure to high-stress combat operations. Recommended for temporary non-operational assignment to allow psychological decompression. Subject's technical skills and operational knowledge represent critical military assets. Maintain readiness status while addressing psychological health concerns. Commander's assessment: SGT Valdez represents one of the most capable precision marksmen in special operations. Her operational record is without parallel in terms of accuracy, reliability, and mission completion. Recommend administrative assignment to preserve capabilities while providing necessary psychological support. Collins scrolled through pages of mission summaries that painted a picture of operations conducted in the shadows of official military actions. Each entry detailed successful eliminations of high-value targets in locations where American military presence was officially denied. Mission summary: Operation Silent Thunder. Location: redacted date, redacted objective. Eliminate high-value target threatening diplomatic personnel. Engagement range: 2,847 meters. Environmental conditions: crosswind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Temperature variance. Result: target eliminated, single shot, no detection. Operator: SGTM Valdez. Mission summary: Operation Nightblade. Location: redacted. Date: redacted. Objective: precision fire support for hostage rescue. Targets eliminated, 7 friendly casualties, 0 hostages recovered, all 12 personnel extracted safely. Operator: Sergeant M. Valdez. The mission reports continued for dozens of pages, each documenting successful operations that had required capabilities existing at the intersection of advanced technology and extraordinary human skill. Collins reached the most recent entries, which explained Maria's current administrative assignment. Medical evaluation: combat stress reaction. After 50-plus months of continuous operational deployment, SGT Valdez exhibits signs of psychological strain, consistent with extended exposure to high-stakes combat environments. Symptoms include hypervigilance, sleep disruption, and emotional detachment. Recommended treatment: temporary removal from operational status, assignment to non-combat duties, regular psychological counseling, maintenance of technical proficiency through controlled training exercises. Long-term prognosis: excellent. Subject's psychological resilience is exceptional. With appropriate support, full operational capability can be restored within 6 to 12 months. Collins understood now why Maria was maintaining her rifle with such meticulous care despite being assigned to administrative duties. The weapon represented not just professional competence, but psychological continuity, a connection to her identity and purpose during a period when her official duties provided no outlet for the skills that defined her. Her morning maintenance routine wasn't just equipment care, it was therapy, keeping her connected to her capabilities while providing the structured focus she needed to process the psychological toll of operations that pushed human endurance beyond normal limits. A knock on his office door interrupted Collins's review of Maria's file. Enter. His aide, Captain Stevens, entered with the morning intelligence brief and a priority message from Special Operations Command. Sir, we've received an urgent personnel request from JSOC. They need a precision marksman for a classified operation, deployment within 24 hours. Collins read the mission parameters, noting requirements that exactly matched the capabilities detailed in Maria Valdez's operational record. Extended range precision shooting in a denied area, single opportunity for target elimination, no possibility of follow-up engagement. Sir, the mission profile is quite specific, Stevens continued. They're requesting someone with proven capability at ranges exceeding 3,000 meters, with operational experience in similar environments. Collins looked at the classified mission briefing, then at Maria's personnel file still open on his screen. The correlation was too significant to ignore. Captain, arrange a meeting with Sergeant Valdez from Headquarters Company. Inform her that I need to discuss a potential reassignment. Sir, according to the roster, Valdez is assigned to administrative duties. Her current assignment is administrative, Captain. Her actual capabilities are considerably different. Stevens recognized the tone that indicated classified information beyond his clearance level. Understood, sir. When would you like to meet with her? This afternoon at 1400 hours. And Captain, this discussion is compartmentalized. Of course, sir. At precisely 1400 hours, Maria knocked on General Collins's office door. "Enter, Sergeant." Maria stepped into the office and assumed the position of attention. Collins gestured for her to take the chair across from his desk. "Sergeant Valdez, I've had the opportunity to review your complete operational record." Maria's expression didn't change, but Collins noted a subtle shift in her posture, the alertness of someone who understood that classified information was being discussed. "Sir, I'm not sure what you mean by complete record. I mean your actual service history, Sergeant, not the administrative summary that appears in routine personnel files." Collins watched Maria process the implications of his statement. "I see, sir. Sergeant, your specialized training and operational experience represent capabilities that required years to develop and millions of dollars to perfect. Those capabilities don't disappear because of temporary administrative assignment." "No, sir." Collins leaned forward, his voice taking on the tone of a commander addressing operational requirements. "We've received a mission request that requires exactly your skill set. Extended range precision shooting under adverse conditions in a denied area. Single shot requirement, no opportunity for correction or follow-up." Maria was quiet for a moment, considering her response carefully. "Sir, I'm currently on administrative status pending psychological evaluation." "I'm aware of your current status, Sergeant. I'm also aware that maintaining operational readiness is part of your evaluation process." Collins paused, allowing the weight of the statement to register. "Sergeant, I'm going to ask you directly. If American lives were at immediate risk and the mission required someone with your specific capabilities, would you be prepared to serve?" Maria met his gaze directly. "Sir, I've always been prepared to serve when the mission requires it." "Even considering your current circumstances?" "Sir, my circumstances don't change my commitment to missions that protect American personnel." Collins nodded, having received the answer he'd hoped for. "Sergeant Valdez, you're being temporarily reassigned to Joint Special Operations Command for immediate deployment. Mission duration classified, location classified, operational parameters to be briefed upon arrival." Collins handed Maria a sealed envelope containing her reassignment orders. "Report to Building 1847 at 0500 tomorrow morning. Bring your personal equipment and be prepared for immediate transportation to the operational area." Maria accepted the orders, understanding that her months of administrative duties were ending and her operational purpose was being restored. "Sir, may I ask about the specific nature of this mission?" "High-value target elimination at extended range in hostile territory. The kind of mission that requires someone who has never failed when American lives depended on precision." Collins consulted Maria's file one more time. "According to your record, you've completed 89 elimination missions with 100% success rate." "Yes, sir." "This mission cannot be number 90 on that record." "It won't be, sir." Maria stood to leave, then paused at the door. "Sir, may I ask how you identified my operational background?" Collins smiled. "Sergeant, when someone maintains a .338 Lapua Magnum with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker and speaks about mission-critical accuracy with absolute confidence, it suggests experience beyond administrative duties." "I understand, sir." "Sergeant Valdez, the military has invested extraordinary resources developing your capabilities. Tomorrow, those capabilities serve their intended purpose." That evening, Maria sat in her quarters performing final maintenance on her .338 Lapua Magnum before deployment. The ritual that had sustained her through months of administrative assignment now served as preparation for returning to operational status. Each component of the rifle held memories of missions that had tested every aspect of her training. The barrel had been heated by shots that eliminated threats to American forces in locations where official military presence was denied. The stock bore scars from operations in environments ranging from Arctic conditions to desert heat. The scope had been adjusted for atmospheric variables across multiple continents and operational theaters. The psychological evaluation that had led to her administrative assignment had been necessary and beneficial. 18 months of consecutive operational deployment had pushed her beyond normal human limits, requiring time to process experiences that most people couldn't comprehend. The counseling sessions had taught her to compartmentalize the psychological toll of precision killing while maintaining the technical and mental capabilities that made her irreplaceable. Maria had learned to separate the human cost of her profession from the operational necessity that defined her missions. Each target eliminated represented threats neutralized before they could harm American personnel. The mathematics were simple. One shot taken from extreme range prevented larger conflicts that would cost exponentially more lives. T. 338 Lapua Magnum represented more than professional competence. It was the physical manifestation of skills that existed at the intersection of advanced technology, extensive training, and extraordinary human capability. The rifle was custom-built to her physical dimensions, modified through years of operational experience, and maintained to tolerances that exceeded factory specifications. Tomorrow's mission would test every aspect of her training and experience. Intelligence indicated a high-value target whose elimination would prevent a planned terrorist attack on American diplomatic facilities. The shot would be taken from a concealed position at maximum effective range, requiring calculations that accounted for atmospheric conditions, target movement, and ballistic trajectory across distances that challenged the limits of modern precision shooting. Maria had made similar shots before, under conditions that ranged from desert heat to Arctic cold, from urban environments to mountainous terrain. Each mission had contributed to her reputation as one of the military's most reliable precision marksmen, someone who could be counted on to deliver accurate fire when conventional solutions were inadequate. The bond between a sniper and her rifle was sacred, built through thousands of hours of training and proven through operations where precision meant the difference between mission success and catastrophic failure. Maria's connection to her 338 Lapua Magnum transcended professional competence. It was the foundation of capabilities that protected American interests in ways that could never be officially acknowledged. Her equipment preparation was methodical and thorough. Every tool, every piece of ammunition, every optical device was inspected and tested to ensure perfect performance. The margin for error in precision shooting was measured in millimeters at distances where environmental factors could affect bullet trajectory in ways that required expert compensation. Tomorrow, she would be positioned at coordinates that didn't appear on any official map, preparing to eliminate a target whose removal would protect American lives while maintaining plausible deniability for the operation. The shot would be taken, the threat would be eliminated, and Maria would extract from the area without leaving evidence of American military involvement. Some weapons were tools. Others were extensions of their operator's will, precision instruments that transformed training and experience into effects at distances where conventional solutions were impossible. Maria's rifle was ready for tomorrow's mission. So was she. The morning sun was just beginning to rise over Fort Bragg as Maria secured her rifle case and prepared for transportation to the operational area. In a few hours, she would be positioned for a shot that would never appear in official records, but would prevent a terrorist attack that could have escalated into larger regional conflict. General Collins would receive the mission report days later, noting successful completion of objectives with no compromise to operational security. The report would contain no names, no specific locations, and no details that could affect future missions. But he would know that somewhere in a denied area, Maria Valdez had once again proven that the most critical shots were taken by soldiers whose names appeared only in classified files, whose capabilities were too valuable to advertise and too important to waste when American lives hung in the balance. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, you can subscribe to see more incredible stories like this one.